Hi guys, happy Monday the 20th. For today's video, it's going to be really short because I'm not actually going to read the poem because I hope you guys have looked. I uploaded 3 other videos of this poem. It's Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. One of the videos I uploaded is Maya Angelou reading the poem. So like, what am I going to do compared to the poet reading her own poem? I really, really, really want you guys to watch all 3 of those videos. They're each different versions of the poem of Still I Rise. One of them is by Maya Angelou, and the other 2 are, honestly, they're like commercials. But they're really cool, and they're like, oh, I love this poem, guys, and I love these videos, and I'm like so upset that I'm not watching them with you in class so that I can hear your reactions and we can talk about them. It's just not the same. Okay, so some people have been having trouble annotating the handouts and identifying literary elements, which is really important. This is a skill that you guys need to have. You will need it in 10th grade, you will need it in 11th grade, you will need it in college, you will need it when you take the Regents. You need to be able to identify literary elements. So when you look at the handout for today, I already started annotating for you. Because some people have been struggling with how to do that, I want to show you. So the first thing you need to do is underline First thing you need to do is underline similes. That's comparison using like or as. So if you look in the first stanza, I underlined like dust, but still like dust, I'll rise. So she's saying that she's gonna rise up no matter what. If you're dusting, if there's dust, it's always just sort of like floats back up. No matter what you do, it floats back up. Like dust, she'll rise. She's using the simile to explain herself to us. And when you draw stars near imagery, remember imagery is whenever somebody's using like pictures, like describing an image, describing a picture. For example, the image of dust rising is imagery. They're both. It's a simile and imagery. You can do that. You can overlap. Blah, 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 blah. Label the rhyme schemes. Remember, the rhyme scheme is what pattern are the rhymes at the end of the lines taking. So if you look at the last word in each line of the first stanza, we see history, lies, dirt, rise. So history doesn't rhyme with anything. But lies and rise rhyme. Dirt, nothing. So we would call this an A, B, C, B rhyme scheme. The first and the third lines are nothing, but the second and the fourth lines do rhyme. So keep going throughout the rest of the poem. I annotated a few other things, but I didn't annotate the whole poem. I want you guys to continue it and continue looking at it. I want you to highlight the repetition. I didn't highlight any repetition. Some of the repetition is super duper easy to find. You guys can do this. So there is other forms of repetition that might be a little bit harder. You could still totally 100% find it. It's there. But find it. Then you're answering 3 questions. Each question needs to be at least 2 sentences. Two sentences. You're choosing a literary element. I already highlighted a bunch. There are more. You can do this. Choose a literary element, just like simile, repetition, and then write a quote that demonstrates that literary element. I want you to actually write the quote, or, which is super convenient on the computer, is copy and paste the quote. That's fine. So, number 2, what does the quote mean? Like, what is dust rising? Like, explain to me dust rising. Pretend I've never seen dust before. I've never cleaned. I don't know. How does it demonstrate the literary element? Maya Angelou is using like to compare herself to dust as a simile. 3, why is the author using a literary element in the poem to demonstrate how she feels? How come she didn't just say, I always get back up again? Why is she using these similes? Why? And how is a literary element more effective than simply stating her feelings? Again, this is sort of similar. She's using the simile of still like dust, I'll rise to show that no matter what other people do, she will still always get back up again. She's resilient. She can overcome all of her problems. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? So you can use that example that I just gave you, but you have to write it down. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.